We already after one, so we want to begin our meeting. Let's be upstanding. And can we begin with our invocation? Wayne, President, can you give us an invocation, please?
Father God, we thank you for kind Michelle. Thank you for your blessing to us. Bless those who are here, bless those who are roaming on air. Bless the food that we are about to take. Bless this meeting. Amen.
Amen. Can we get our cups, please? Let's do our salute. Sheila, can you do our salute to the King, please? All right. All right, thank you. All right.
To the King.
To the King.
And to the Commonwealth of
And
the
to
Bahamas.
Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Yes.
All right, you may be seated. Thank you all for coming. This is the meeting before the last meeting. And it's good to have all of you and good to have all of you who are on Zoom. We wish that you were here in person. We would prefer you here in person because this is when we get to connect and fellowship with each other. And this is our last meeting before our changeover. So we want to make a very special meeting where we celebrate those in the club over the last year. And we have any visiting Rotarians on today? I know this is a closed meeting, but any visiting Rotarians on today? We had a wonderful meeting last night with all of the presidents, incoming presidents and presidents, and I thoroughly enjoyed that meeting. Anybody visiting us today? No visitors?
Just prospective member, I see Ava LaRuda.
Ava, hi Ava, how you doing?
Hi, I'm fine.
Good, good. You're in the final stretch, the final stages of becoming a member of Rotary Club of Nassau.
Yeah.
Joining us, we're going to be arranging your training very shortly. It's good to have you. Raquel, it's good to have you, Catherine. Always good to have you on. Jim, I saw you.
Thank you.
So, hi, Kathy. Jim, I saw your face a couple minutes ago. And good to have you, Jim. And also Chantel. Good to have you in, Chantel. Jamie. Good to see Jamie. Hey, listen. Jamie, myself, and Danny had a fantastic time on Saturday at the Hope Walk. I tell you, it is an amazing thing to see those persons come together. Persons who have cancer, who are overcoming cancer in the fight. And there were quite a number of people out there for the walk that morning. And thank you all who supported financially, all those who supported, even with the word of encouragement. Who else is on? Donnelly. Good to have you on, Donnelly. And who else is on? I think that's about it. That's everybody who's on. Dwayne is in the room and he is on. He's on twice. So it's good to have Dwayne with us. Also in the room with Sheila and with our president, Wayne. Mr. President, is there anything? Oh, just before Mr. President comes, let me just go over the tickets. Danny, you could just bring me those tickets, please. For those of you who have not gotten your tickets, please, we have just the last couple of days. Make sure you get your tickets. These are the last set of tickets that are here. Thank you, sir. Thank you. These are the last set of tickets that are left. Please make sure that you contact myself or Wayne for your tickets for the changeover. And by the way, the changeover is going to be on the 26th of June. And we have a special persons have been asking how should they dress? How should they dress for the changeover? We are asking persons to wear ocean colors for the changeover, which is blues, teals, greens, any colors like that. That is the colors of the ocean. Please let your guests know. It's island chic, colors of the ocean, and which is a nice, good, not overdressed, but nice and I don't call it casual, but nice and business ocean colors. So please make sure let your guests know to wear ocean colors for the event. We're looking forward to have a packed house for that day. So ocean colors, blues and greens. Blues and greens.
What? Go.
But for that night, we're wearing ocean colors. Well, that's fine. The decor is fine. The decor is fine. But we're wearing blue ocean colors. The decor is fine. All right, so go ahead and we can take some nice pictures for that evening. And we can have a great time that evening. We have raffles, we have not only raffles, but we also have entertainment that evening. We have prizes that are gonna be given out that evening. So we're looking forward to the support that we're gonna be getting from those persons.
President's change over.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
All right.
He didn't
So,
change.
so he's coming right now.
Change, you did.
All right. Okay, good. So we can have Mr. President. This is your meeting, sir. So let me hand it over to you. All right.
Good afternoon, RCN. Those of you who are here and those of you who are airing on air, like our good PGD Larry would say.
Larry does it better.
Good, Jane. Those of you on air and zooming everywhere. But it's such a pleasure. I take this opportunity as my last time addressing you. But not the second before the last time addressing, because I will be addressing you at the changeover. But I just wanted to use this opportunity, and in an informal manner in this club, and to say what a pleasure it was for me to have served. To serve, of course, with leadership comes challenges and so forth. But today we want to highlight the good challenges and the good opportunities that we had. I had an amazing opportunity to work with some amazing people and to get to know most of you, particularly those of you who are active members of RCN. I work with you closely on various projects, community projects, service events, and so forth. So I just want to say thank you so much for your participation in those events. Just like other clubs, we have the challenge of participation. But nonetheless, those of you who can make it, only come out. And we encourage you to continue to come out, even in the years moving forward, because it's all about participation. And so we just want to commend you, particularly those of you who have taken the challenge and come out and to all of our meetings. We had some good time and amazing opportunity to share. And I always go back to the Vision Expo. It was such a good time. My wife traveled with me. We went to Inagua on two very good occasions at our own expense. I want to put that in, at our own expense. So it cost us a pretty penny. And serving as the president of Rotary Club of Nassau, it has cost a pretty penny. And those of you aspiring to be president someday, I suggest you start putting your little 1 cent and 2 cents aside. You not 1 cent and 2 cents, so putting your dollars aside now, because it's going to cost you financially as well, and as well as time. But it's time well spent and well worth it. Okay. So I just thought I'd put that in there. But again, I want to thank you. I want to thank those who serve along with me on my board. Thank Francina, thank Francina, the secretary, for her untiring commitment to all that we do here. We haven't seen her in a little while, but she's extremely busy and the island as well. But Francine has done a good job in that regard in terms of the secretary having to be out here every single meeting. And so it can bear on you at some point, having to come out to every meeting, set up on every meeting, and being on time and so forth. It can be a toll. I also want to thank our incoming president, McCarthy, for being our membership chair. He held two acts. So I want to thank him for holding on to that role and for help growing the club and for help reaching out to members and helping the chart the main course forward for us. He's coming in, and so we want to continue to support his efforts moving forward. And then Alandra, we want to thank Alandra. Alandra, she was also a part of us as well, part of the management team here at RCN. Alandra Russell, and she's just finishing up the Aaron Bailey School graduation. She attended that. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend it at another meeting. But Alandra's done a wonderful job with our interactors. And so I really, really want to thank her. Many of you might know, but on numerous occasions, and Andrew would have set up meetings and opportunities for me as president to interact with our interactors. And I want to thank her and thank those who supported the Interactors Club as well. And then we have Gabi, we can't miss Gabi, Kingsley. I want to thank her, our treasurer. What would we do without the treasurer? You know, every time we request funding for any event or donations for any event, the treasurer has to get involved, and Gabi has been able to put our transactions on some kind of spreadsheet that happens automatically, and so that she can give a better account of what would have solicited and what would have been donated to the club. And so we want to thank Gabi. I really want to thank Gabi for that, because many times and many minutes I had to send a WhatsApp and me chatting well into the night, even on the weekends, in terms of the way forward with that. The treasurer is a big part of the club, big part, and called for a lot of work. Putting the pieces together, finding out where persons are, some persons donating, or some persons paying dues or different funds into the account without putting their description of what their funds is for. And then the secretary of the treasurer of go in there and then do all that work. So Gabi, thank you so much for that. And then I'm going down my list, no particular order. And then I want to thank Monique. Monique, I want to thank her, Parmasano. You haven't seen her for 1 or 2 meetings, but Monique is very busy now. This is spring break. So she's extremely busy tomorrow. But Monique, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you for your participation. And I vividly recall Monique and Chantel when we traveled to Inagua. Monique went down to Inagua twice. And so we want to thank her for that. When Inagua, both her and Chantel stayed in the hurricane shelter. And Monique kept us abreast of that Hurricane Oscar that was bearing down on us in Inagua. And so for that, we are very appreciative. We were much more better prepared. Thank you, Monique, for that, on her role as foundation chair. It was such a good job raising funds. Then we have Jamal, PP Jamal. Unfortunately, Jamal couldn't be here today, but we want to thank him. Jamal served as our sergeant at arms, but Jamal also served as chair for the wellness program. And of course, you know, at the beginning of this school year, Jamal and his team was able to successfully put on a fun run walk, where we partnered with another major sporting group, and that was excellent. In fact, we had champagne and cake after the walk because Rotarian Nikita's birthday was on that particular day. And so we sang happy birthday and had a cake after the walk. And then, of course, last, what Mark or Jamal would have done, Jamal would have spearheaded the program of giving back to the Great Commission. The Great Commission, where we collected funds right here in this club to give back, help the needy, feed the needy, and provide them with the sleeping bags and so forth. So Jamal, we want to thank you so much for that effort. Good team and sports player. Jamal would have been with the club for numerous years, but he still participates and still play a meaningful role. And then we want to thank Shelby, Rotarian Shelby. You might see Shelby as you think you can or you should, but Shelby is way out west. But Shelby is a team player. And I want to thank her so much because despite it all, Shelby stood by us, stood by RCN in all of our community projects. And some of them she pulled off by herself, arranging the various cleanups. We had a joint project cleanup with RCOE, at the Soul Beach Pool. I don't know. At Soul Beach Pool, that went very well. And that was a joint project. It saw almost 100 volunteers that was out at the beach, and that went well. And then, of course, Shelby helped us with the Christmas feeding program. She got the sponsors for that took that whole entire project feeding program. So we were grateful for that. Of course, our recent beach cleanup here by Albany. So Shelby, thanks so much for being a good team player. And then we had Rotarian Samita. And Samita She's our incoming secretary, but Samira playing a pivotal role. And I want to really thank her for that. This meeting is about Thanksgiving, and I want to thank her for that. All right, thanks, Samira. She played a pivotal role in our back to school. Our back to school program, that was a lot of work this time. A lot of work. I can't even begin to go and tell you all the work we have to go through. And me personally, had to go through with that, in moving the bags from place to place and so forth. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, we were still able to get those bags, 50, 60, 70 bags, to those students at Stephen Dillon School. It took a lot of effort. See, and the reason why, I take this time to thank some of the people, because, a lot of times, a few of us mightn't understand and unaware of all the background work that goes into this. It goes into a lot of stuff, that goes into it. So we have to do a lot of work trying to get that back to school program up and running. My wife, I must give comments to my wife as well. Sherry, she was a team player, and I better not forget that. But, we up till 10, 11 o'clock, trying to do some stuff for RCN, and getting things sorted out so that at least we'll be prepared. So, Samita, I want to thank you so much for your contributions in that regard. And then we have Rotarian Nikita. Nikita, very well done, along with Danny, who I'll get to in a minute. But they really are spearheaded our preparedness, hurricane preparedness kits. Our hurricane preparedness kits. And we want to say thank you to Nikita for spearheading that for along with Danny. Again, you see, there's a lot of background work. Me and Danny had to go to quality home furniture on Saturdays and pick out every single item, and then store them, and then come back and package them. So it's a lot of stuff that a lot of our Rotarians do behind the scene. And that is very, very impactful. So Nikita, we want to thank you for spearheading that. And we had two disaster preparedness seminars. One in here in the Camp Road area, where we gave out, I think it was about maybe 50 bags or something like that. Yeah, 50 hurricane bags, and see now the hurricane season is here. And those persons, they are better off having those bags right now that we were able to supply them. And then we did another one for all of the urban renewal centers in Nassau, New Providence. Very, very big of a deal. All of the urban renewal centers in Nassau identified one or two persons in the area who was in need of hurricane preparedness kits. And RCN stood up to the challenge and did that. And again, we provided a number of bags again for every single urban renewal. And then I want to say thank you to Casinti, Rotarian Casinti. She was the one who was able to garner the financial donation from our workplace, a substantial sum that spearheaded that. Again, RCN did not come on its pocket for that. But that was done through a good gesture of a Rotarian here in our club, Casinti. So Casinti, thank you so much for that. Nikita took the ball and she ran with it. All right. And then what could we say but Rotarian Danny, our administrator. Danny, such a pleasant young man to work with. Again, I always tell them, Danny, Rotary identifies leaders, Rotary help nurture the leaders and help them to become the true leaders that they were meant to be. And Danny is one of our up-and-coming leaders. He's an up-and-coming leader. So Danny, personally, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Danny has always been there. Me and Danny, we spent a lot of time on the weekends doing a lot of stuff for RCN, and Danny was always willing and able to do it. Lately, you might not see him as much because Danny has a job now. He has a new job, different type of job, where he doesn't have the flexibility as he used to have. But even despite that, he's there, and every week trying to find speakers, and then he can't find them, then he'll shoot me something, say, "Press, I can't find one," and so forth. Then we put our thinking arts all together to come up with a speaker. But that is a tremendous work. That's tremendous effort behind the scene. You see, so while we can complain, while we can find faults, there are people who actually are doing something. And we are to encourage them. We are to encourage them in this regard. And so that's why I want to take this opportunity in my final days of presidents, really thank those who really supported. Those who supported, but those who didn't support, we're praying for them, and hopefully they'll find a way and find a way to support, because we all about giving back. We all about service above self. That's what the motto we're going to raise, really service above self. So you got to find something that you are prepared to serve above yourself. We appreciate those who actually do it. Many of them cannot be in person, and so that's why the hybrid model came about, and that's why the hybrid model is so impactful. And as we see here on our screen, today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But 11 persons are online. We don't have 11 persons in person, but you have 11 persons online. I didn't count you, maybe I see you there twice or 3 times, but I didn't count you. But other than that, we have persons who are, because see, this club, I envisage happened because you had a lot of the senior original founders met here to have lunch. And this was the only time they could meet to speak to each other and to do the plan, whatever community efforts they needed to. We have since evolved all of that. We are in the 21st century. So when you're talking 100 years later, it has to be a different model. And we got to find a model that works best for this club. And it has to include hybrid. It is impossible for everyone to be able to come out of their office, because most people don't own their own time. They're not entrepreneurs like the founding fathers were. They don't have control of their time, or they're not senior management, and they can come off when they choose. Most of our membership now are regular working people who want to support, but understand that if I take the full hour off, I'm going to get problems because the traffic in Nassau is horrendous. All right, so at some point, at some time, we have to see how this model could work best for us. How it can work best for us. So if you cannot come in person, I'm quite sure P. Keno who's coming in will perhaps maybe encourage you to at least be to community events. So if you don't see in person, because you will vest, at least, well, I'd say, show up to a community service event. Service above self. And that's what it's all about. All right, so waking up, how it does. Some clubs meet 7 o'clock in the morning. Some clubs meet 7 o'clock in the morning simply because they can't meet 1 o'clock. Some clubs meet 6 o'clock in the evening simply because they cannot meet 6 o'clock. 1 o'clock. So I think in RCN it's time that we look how to see how best we can work the model, because we do have some committed Rotarians, but they simply cannot come out to all of our meetings. So, I attended a district conference, and that was the subject. Has always been the subject. How do we get more members out? That's always been the subject. And many of the clubs throughout the world face the same challenge. That same challenge, getting members out. People are extremely busy, so we want to welcome Herman. Welcome. We have our administrator, Mayor Warner now, Acklands now, Herman role is in the place. So we want to thank Herman for coming, and Herman, again, while I want to thank you so much for your assistance in Inagua. Yeah, you was the man at the helm in Inagua, when we had the Hurricane Oscar, and lo and behold, we got stuck there, but you made a visit and that experience more comfortable for us. So I would really thank you so much for your leadership there at Inagua, and now you in Acklands now, quite sure you're doing good. Congratulations down here as well. Okay, and then don't let me forget PP Chantel. Can't forget Chantel. Chantel, she's the backbone, or one of the backbones of this RCN club. As the past president, Chantel did not run and hide. Chantel came out of the woodworks, and Chantel supported us in everything that we did. And there's not a time I said, what's up to Chantel, call on the phone. She isn't prepared to assist and help, whatever the cost was. So Chantel, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Chantel, even despite the fact living in Turks and Caicos, traveled to Inagua. And she had to go through Nassau to get to Inagua. Cost her twice as much as it cost us who coming from Nassau. So it was a pretty penny that she had to come out of pocket with. And so that showed commitment. And then the other day, Chantel traveled to Florida. For our presentation of Paul Harris, a recognition award to Dr. Arundel. So Chantel, you are truly, truly a blessing to this club. And I hope that we don't lose you, because we need people behind the scene. We need people, we need committed people. I don't care if they're Mars, we need committed people to RCN. And Chantel, you have proven that. You've proven that, like most past presidents who run away. You run away. And everybody, I pray to God, kill the whole.
No, you ain't running.
I ain't running. I ain't running. I can face it.
You're the foundation chair. You can't run nowhere.
People didn't feel like the foundation chair, so I don't want to run. But yeah, but you know, we have to build on what we have, man. All us can't run. So we have to build on it. So Chantel, thanks so much for staying, so we can build on the past legacy of the club, right? And I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Ms. Sheila. Ms. Sheila has been a pillar of strength for me as a president. Sheila knows the book back and front. I don't have to read everything. All they do is pick up the phone and call Sheila. Sheila knows everything but RCN, everything but Rotary Club International. And guess what? Not only RCN depends on Sheila, but RCOB, Rotary Club of the Bahamas, depends on her. And even the Rotary Club International depends upon Sheila, because Sheila is a bulwark in this regard. So Sheila, thank you so much for your, words of wisdom. You've guided me. You've held my hand, even though, boy, it was tough. You ain't easy. But anyway, it's good to work with.
I spent more time punching you than helping you.
You said you spent more time punching me beside the head. Because I was getting wrong. But Sheila has a place in RCN, has a place in leadership in the club. You know what I mean? And sometimes you need that. You need a person to go hold you to the line, even though you might try to wear off. Sheila and I met many days at Starbucks on Saturdays, planning. Many things that I didn't know of, but many things that I need assistance with. Sheila would help in the background. And she would have done so from a philanthropic point of view. So Sheila, like, I can't make up enough, you know, because a lot of people don't know what you do. They just hear your loud mouth. And here you are discussing some things, but they don't know what you do behind the scene and don't charge nothing. So again, from a grateful heart, I say thank you. Thank you for all of you. Thank you. And I can't, and even though he's not on the board, I want to thank Wayne Swaby, who's made always making it on our meetings, 100% attendance all the time. Wherever he is in the world, he's here. If only one person will show up to meeting, it'll be Wayne Swaby. So Swaby, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's good support. You know, at least one person can show up. You know, it'll be him.
Even from Panama, man.
Even from Panama, he's chiming in and he's on the call and so forth. I remember we was in Orlando, Tagamo, on Tuesday, and Dwayne made sure that me that you lead this conference, but don't forget you gotta sign in. You gotta sign in. So Dwayne, thank you so much for being a good team player as well, you know. So you all, man, and I thank Brother Larry. Larry is still going strong. Larry's still going strong. He had a scare a little while ago, a few months ago, but look at that, bounce back up. Can't keep a good man down. And he's still out. So that should be encouraging, particularly young people. Stickability, consistency, you know, wear it on. You gotta have some gumption. You can't just fly away and get mad because someone said something the wrong way to you, rub you the wrong way, and you decide not to come out no more to club meeting. It's service above self. It is service above whoever you think might be offending you. It's about self. You know, and that's what we volunteer to do. It's a volunteer organization. So we come with the idea and the notion, knowing that we come in to give. That's what we come to do. When you join Rotary, you join to give, not to get. And too many people join Rotary to get. I will get some from them, but I get from you. No. It's about giving. And so I hope that encourages you to give and to continue to give, you know, as you move forward. And I want to thank those of you who are online and who always chime in. I don't see Catherine or Catherine is there. She's always chiming in again. She works real best. It's impossible for her to come here because that traffic on Gladstone Road, just to get through that before she even get over Gladstone Road is done 1 o'clock. And time to send about to go back to work. So Catherine, thank you so much for chiming in. So Jamie always on. Jimmy always here. So Jimmy on now, but thank you so much, Jimmy. Jimmy always support and always come. Then we get Raquel, PP Raquel. Thank you so much, Raquel, a great supporter. You might see all the time, but Raquel helps in those projects, community projects. So Raquel, we thank you. I thank you for helping those community projects. I mean, just at the Red Cross Fair, Raquel brought 2 volunteers to the Red Cross Fair. And of course, don't forget, she always brings her sons out to the Christmas feeding. Could you imagine that? When she was pregnant with one of her sons, she was out to the Christmas feeding. Now, fast forward 17 years later, 18 years later, she brings that same son out to the Christmas feeding. That was very warm, heartwarming, touching. So people can continue to do well. And then I see, of course, PP Donnelly there, who's always able to chime in when she can. So thank you so much, Donnelly. And of course, Lizette, I see you in, hoping to see you in person more often. But you on, and we thank you for being on today and continue to be a great supporter of RCN, because we need all of you all. Yeah, we need all of you all. And then of course we have PP Jim Rocks. Jim, when Jim is up and able to, he's here in person. So we're grateful for you, Jim. Thank you so much for being a good supporter of RCN. Okay, so with that, I'll open it.
You got Donnelly and.
Yeah, Donnelly, yes, Donnelly. Yeah, Donnelly, good supporter, RCN, good member. I've been around for a long time.
Johnny.
Okay.
Dropped off.
Now,
What's up?
Yeah,
Joan was on.
yeah, she dropped off.
She's in the UK.
Yeah, Joan is in London. He's in London.
In Ireland, though.
Oh, that's even further.
She's gone home.
She gone home, okay. Yeah, this stuff is made up of international folks. Joan, I didn't even know Joan Pittman was Ireland. But she's always a great supporter, always contributing. You know, she might not be able to make it up and down with us in the community service projects, but guess what? She put her money where her mouth is. And for that, we are truly grateful. Okay, so I'll open up the mic now and the floor for those of you who want to chime in about, this is about great gratitude to me. And come, Hyman, you're here down, let's call you first, come, say hello to us from Auckland. And what it is like to be there, and of course your experience, you could also chime in that with the Vision Expo and Hurricane.
Thank you. Afternoon, one. I did not come to speak. As a support, you know, proud member of RCN. I know as a member of RCN, it has been difficult past going on 3 years.
Yeah.
The 2 years have been to Nagua, and then now I'm in Auckland. And then there's no Rotary in those MyCAD areas.
Not yet.
Not yet. But I've always found a way to see how best I can contribute. And anytime that I'm traveling, which is extremely difficult, I always pop in. So here I am to show my support and to be present. But Rotary is a good organization. I was extremely proud of, I would say, the move. I call it the move. The work that begun in Cat Island, the satellite club. And I'm still hoping that that continues in Cat Island. The members who are there I don't see much Zoom, so I'm not able to log on, and definitely by me being in the Micah area, I cannot be, present to those meetings. But, sure enough, as whatever work that's being done, whether it's, Rotary Club of Nassau, the Vision Expo, the Christmas, meetings, or if any, task that's being done through the Satellite Cup to get at it. I do my level best to help and support. So, I share the same sentiments, it's service about self. So in any which way I can serve, that's what I love. I love to work, I love to serve. I love to work. Sometimes it gets the best of me because I keep going.
Yeah.
And then my body shuts down. And that's when I went like, relax, ease up, doing too much. But it's the love, it's the joy, knowing that you're helping people, helping others, you're helping the community. If you are in a community, if you are in a country, and there is some problem, some issue, and it's with that as well. The mere fact that you live in that community and you live within that country, you are faced with that issue. So if you can help to resolve it, that's what we should be doing. I cannot be in an island or in a community, there's an issue, and I'm just complaining. I have to think about a solution. Remember when I was in Kent Island, guy came to me, hey, the roads. I said, me and you are driving the same road. I'm driving the road too, so I'm feeling the potholes as well too. I'm trying to think of a solution, whether he can get the perma patch,
Yeah.
or see if he can subsidize, you know what, mommy? It was popping, that's something we be able to do. So even see if we can put some cement in there, but try to see if you can resolve problems, resolve issues, resolve matters. I love the work that, Chantel and others are doing with the water project. We need Haiti, which is still going on.
Yeah, hand wash.
Yes, the hand wash project are still ongoing.
Yep,
Still ongoing.
yep.
I love that project, and more ways that you can impact a community. What is a need, not just a want. What is a need? So any other essential things that you see lacking in a community or in your country, and you can come and help to bring resolution, that's what is service about self. Thanks for my space, and I'll continue to do my part best as I can.
Well.
Let's give it up for the chairman. He is flew all the way in, and we really appreciate you coming to the meeting today. It really means a lot to us for you to be here. And like you said, my friend, you said, well, then make a difference. Don't be a complainer, be a solution. And so I want to thank you for that. And for those of you who are on, hey, listen, Mr. President, thank everyone else. But I think we need to thank our president. Come on, let's give it up for Wayne. Wayne, let's give it up for Wayne. He has carried the baton. He took the baton from PP Darren. And I joked with him the other day. I said, I remember when both three of us got together and we put together a 3-year strategic plan. And all of those things that we saw was happening over the last 3 years are things that we talked about, and we're going to continue that. And it was exciting to see that Rotary this year at the district conference, Rotary this year is talking about a continuation of doing strategic plans. They're now promoting not 1 year themes, they're now promoting a 3 to 5 year theme. And you're going to see that at the changeover when the new theme is given. Right now, the theme is the magic of Rotary, and that's going to be it until the changeover when we will talk about the new theme and where we're going. But until then, it's the magic of Rotary. And we want to make sure continue to support this as we go to the end, as we begin July 1st. You know what is so interesting, Chairman Melvin, is that there's a group of persons from a global grant who wants to come to Cat Island. You're going to be hearing more about it. Persons in Cat Island are going to be hearing more about it. And RCN, listen to me, RCN again is leading the charge in Kent Island. They're leading a charge as a group of young people who've been coming for the past couple of years, but now they have to get proper documentation to come from the US, to come to the Bahamas, and only one organization they chose. They chose Rotary and RCN to come and actually legitimize their travels. So you're going to be hearing about that very shortly. Of course, the water project is still ongoing. Global Grant is still ongoing. So you're going to be hearing about those young people who are going to be coming. And of course, President Wayne, I don't know if you remember, but 2 years ago, there was a visitor at our club, Sharon Bloodworth. She visited our club from Minnesota. She is now the DG, the district of 50, 57, 59, I think, or 59. Anyway, she's the DG of Minnesota and made contact with our club. She was able to send me the information. And she is now partnering not only with RCN, but RCOB to also bring supplies to the Bahamas through Carnival Cruise Lines. So you're going to be hearing about that. So we want to hear some stuff that Kent Island could need of. We want to get some of those stuff and send it to Kent Island. We're going to bring some supplies here to the Bahamas. So you're going to be hearing more of that that's coming. What I'm saying is there's a lot of exciting thing that's happening. President Wayne talked about doing things differently. So you're going to be seeing some of that things done differently. You're going to be hearing about not only the satellite club, you're going to be hearing about the companion club. You're going to be hearing about what we're going to be doing differently. President Wayne, thank you so much. You continue to encourage us. You are a great encouragement to this organization, to RCN. So I want to encourage you to continue to go on. Wayne, hey, what's the song? When you walk the last mile of the way. But you're still walking. You're still gonna walk. So if you have anything that you like to encourage persons on, we have a couple more minutes. We're just going to close down. But if there's anything you would like to encourage, what you enjoyed this year, any project that stood out to you, that really made a difference to you, and you want to say it, come on, you can say it during this time. I think this is the President Wayne. This is what he said he wants in this meeting. We're talking about great things that happened this year. What did you like about this year? What did you appreciate? What stood out to you? What is a project that stood out to you? I know the Christmas feeding always is something that stands out to me. Always. This year, I think we did 10 families, 10 homes. 10 homes, 10 families. We went to those homes, sang carols, delivered food, and this year we gave gifts to the children. So that, for my family, my family and I, that really, really stood out to us during this year. What stood out to you? What stood out to you? Wayne, what stood out to you this year? Anything stood out to you this year?
Good.
Huh?
I'm okay.
You're good? You're good? Larry, anything stood out to you?
I think there are many things that stand out. The great part, I think, is the work that each and various different committees have done and organized the many things that we have done. I think that they have all done a very good job. That I'm pleased with our club and the things that our club are doing.
Thank you so much, Larry. I recall Larry coming out to the Red Cross Fair. When many people were afraid to come out in the heat. Larry drove out there in his car and stayed out there with us at the Red Cross Fair. And Larry, I really appreciated that. I really appreciated you coming out there to support the Red Cross Fair and those persons who are there. Anybody online? Lizette, Jamie, Raquel, Catherine, Sheila, I know there were so many things that stand out to you. All right, we ain't talked about some of those things. Jamie, Raquel.
I'll say something.
Go ahead, Danny.
You know, having the opportunity to impact others. I know specifically we did a joint project with Kiwanis in the Grove community at the Mother Pratt Park. We had the popcorn, the bouncing castle, just looking at the kids, them enjoying themselves. You know, it's all about having meaning in what we do. And just being able to see their faces and their enjoyment was good for me. And then, you know, there's opportunity as you do projects, you get to see different needs of people. And our best that we as a club could facilitate those just in service.
Wow, thank you so much, Danny. It makes a difference. Just to be there for others. And of course, we have a couple persons on, Catherine, Raquel, Jamie, Lizette, anything you would like to say of what stood out to you this year?
Hi, good afternoon. I just like to mention, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, my apologies for not being in person. But let me say, um, I usually lend my support around things related to feeding and education and that type of stuff, because those are the things that I'm very passionate about. When I think about the Christmas Day feeding in particular, there are some of us who are, I don't want to use the word consistent, but we're the ones who've been there from day one. That would be past President Dwayne, past President Sheila. I'm speaking specifically about those of us that serve in the Fox Hill community. We're always there. Every year you turn around, we're there. But what was all and I think it's become so much a part of what we do and who we are that sometimes we could take it for granted or take each other for granted that, you know, Dwayne is going to be there. Whether he brings his wife or his two sons or the whole family comes or he comes alone, or Sheila's going to come and she's going to make sure she has dog food for the stray dogs in the neighborhood, or all the other persons that are consistent. And I want you to know that I see you and that I appreciate you. But what was also exciting this year was the bus was full, and we don't always see that. The bus was full, and so it did my heart good to see more persons on the bus, more persons taking the time out on a Christmas morning to show some cheer. So I really appreciated that, and I appreciate all the persons who are consistent.
Thank you so much, PP Raquel. Really appreciate that and those words of encouragement. Kathy or Lizette, Jamie, anything you would like to share about what stood out to you in this past Rotary year?
Good afternoon, everyone. So past president, well, not past president, my apologies. Incoming president, Keno, I would have communicated to you that I had some matters that drew me away from being able to participate as much as I would have wanted to, family matters and unanticipated. But as PP Raquel just said, you know, there are individuals who have been so very consistent with what they do and who, in instances where those of us like me could not be there, make up, right? And it's not to make an excuse, but I do appreciate the way the club remains united and remains committed to the service projects that have been implemented and just continues to render service to those who are of need. So I appreciated that throughout the course of the year.
And thank you so much, Matera and Lizette. Thank you so much for your input. Everyone counts. I tell you, it makes a difference every time. Anyone else? We have Jamie and Catherine. Anything you would like to share, ladies, before we sign off?
Hi, good afternoon.
While I may not be able to, like President Wayne said, come down to the meetings, I try to Zoom in every Tuesday when I'm available. And I think I've been consistent with that. I'm involved in a lot of stuff, including my church, but I still take time out. And this year I would have done some projects. But what really stood out to me was the biggest thing was the cultural night that I traveled to in Florida and meeting all of those persons from the different Rotary clubs in the district. That was exciting to me, and it has also pumped me up to now the next year's conference. I want to be there, God's willing. to see how many people from different walks of life put service above self. And they just, I mean, the excitement it was awesome. So that stood out to me. I mean, yeah, we have the local clubs here, but to see all persons from around the world in the district, that they were just so excited and having a good time. And these are people who serve. So I was always a server. So that stood out to me. Like I said, I'm all hyped up now for next year's conference, God's willing, to be there. Trying to win some stuff off that I'm involved in now, so I can give a little more time to Rotary and give some more service. But like I said, I couldn't do anything, the year coming, but hopefully I'll be able to get involved. As far as the distance is concerned, something may happen for me where I can be closer to Rotary on Tuesdays. And, I'll just go from there. But that was the exciting thing for me. Been a little bit other parts excited with the kite flying and the Red Cross Fair and stuff like that. But yeah, that was good for me.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Yes, the district conference was amazing. And I would encourage you, those of you who have never been to the district conference, please come to the district conference. It will be in Jamaica. It will be in Jamaica next year. I've already registered. Wayne is ready registered. Sheila's going. Sheila, you gotta go. You missed. Like you miss. So you owe me this one. Melvin, definitely, if you can make it, Jamaica's gonna be a Danny. Listen, all of those who are on, I tell you, until you see this in a bigger way, like Catherine said, it makes a big difference in your life. So you're gonna hear more. We're gonna be promoting it big time coming this year, because we want to have a big contingent coming up for that next year. March, I think it is March. Is in March. We're gonna give you more details with reference to that. But we're getting to wrap up. Jamie, anything you want to share before we wrap up? We have 2 more minutes. Jamie, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Jamie.
What I will say that stood out in this Rotary area was isn't such a great experience, but I note and appreciate all of the executive team. I want to also congratulate President Wayne for his commitment and dedication to the club and to the service. So hopefully this incoming year will be better than this current year.
All right, thank you, Jamie, incoming membership chair. And we are looking forward to some great things to build on the shoulders of what Wayne has done. Now, just a couple of announcements I wanted to share with you. Next week, Tuesday, we won't have a meeting, the 24th of June. So please put in your calendars the 26th. All roads lead here at the Yacht Club, the 26th of June for a changeover. I want to repeat it again. If you have not gotten your tickets, please contact Wayne or myself to get your tickets. We just have a few more tickets. I'm just counting them just now. Please make sure that your tickets are there and invite others to come to that. We begin, I think it's at 6:30. Is it 6:30? We begin at 6:30 and we're gonna go until the music and the food stop. So. Yes?
You put my ticket aside, right?
I told me to give you a ticket to Francine.
Does she have it? Don't sell my ticket.
Send your ticket. I'll put another ticket aside for you.
I just was say, just make sure you don't sell my ticket. I will make sure I have a seat.
We'll make sure that you have a ticket, okay?
Thank you.
Just send the money to Gabby and I'll put a ticket aside for you.
I already did, and I sent you a screenshot. Thank you.
We'll consider your ticket done.
Thank you.
Oh, those persons who have not paid, please make the payment. I know Catherine already sent in the funds. If you haven't paid yet, please make sure pay Gabby. Send it over to her and send me a screenshot so that we'll be able to know that those persons are paid. So the 24th is no meeting. The 26th is our meeting. And the 21st is our training. We're gonna have a training, and I want to say to you, if you are interested in serving in any way on the board, you may not be officially on the board, but we want to welcome you this coming Saturday. We're gonna have a board training for those who are gonna be serving in the incoming year. And I'm encouraging you who are on, if you're interested, come out, come and share, get some information. We have, PRIP, what else, Sheila? Past president, past Rotary image chair,
Past Rotary Public Image Coordinator.
the alphabet. So, so we're gonna have Sheila and Valentino, our AG. He's gonna be there in person to do some training. We're gonna go from 9:30 until 3. And it's gonna be at the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce.
And be there at 9.
Okay, Sheila's gonna be there from 9 to set up,
9.
but for
No,
9,
they need to be there at
from
9.
9,
I
9 to
would
3.
be there at 8:30.
That's early, Sheila, that's early.
They have to be there at 9. So we start promptly at 9:30 and they have coffee and everything.
Yeah,
between 9 and
I think I direct to the chamber because I think they said that they can be there, person coming at 9, so. But we're gonna have those persons, please, the Chamber of Commerce on Collins Avenue and Shirley Street. You enter from the Shirley Street side and
From Shirley?
right opposite the enter from Shirley Street because they have a stick. They have a stick on the Collins Avenue, so enter from Shirley Street, opposite the sign man. I'm inviting you, Catherine, I'm inviting you, Lizette. JP, of course, is gonna be there. Come to the training. Come and find out how your board works. Come and find out how Rotary works. So, let me know if you're interested in being at the training on Saturday so that we can include you in. But again, thank you so much. I think, Mr. President, is there anything else?
Yeah, fine.
So the training on the 21st, no meeting on the 24th, the changeover on the 26th. And if you want to support any of the other meetings, stay tuned. There are other Rotary meetings that are happening. They're having their changeovers, but we definitely want to support our home. Anything else? That's it. So let's be upstanding. Let's close out our meeting. Larry, can you do the honors first, please?
What are you doing?
We're doing our close out. Let's do our Rotary close out.
For all the-
Before we test.
Say,
Before we test.
Is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is
it
fair?
The fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Would
Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And finally, let's. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in, Larry, of course.
All the Rotarians who are here, and those who are zooming with us on air, please join with Rotarians everywhere in a toast to Rotary around the world.
Rotary around the world, 1.2 million strong. Rotary around the world. Thank you so much. You all have a wonderful weekend. See you all next week.
I think I've been to Rotary meetings in all countries.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think we could be.